What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. And in this one, we have American's first trip to England, day 2. Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let's go right in.
Welcome back to day 2 of 4 Americans' first trip to England. If you missed our first vlog, which follows our journey to the UK, as well as our very first experiences with a castle, you should click the link at the top of your screen now. But without further ado, let's get on to day 2. So as day 2 began, we were en route to Cheddar Gorge for the morning. And fun fact, for the longest part of the planning stages of our trip to England, Cheddar Gorge was not a part of our itinerary. However, fortunately enough, having been on the other side of visiting Cheddar Gorge for the very first time, I cannot say without a shadow of a doubt we are so grateful and thankful that our friend and tour guide decided to add that to our itinerary at the last moment. Lots and lots of really great sights on the way to Cheddar Gorge as well. Lots of countryside, open fields, just endless, vast nature and environment. And honestly, just some of the most beautiful scenery that you could possibly ever imagine. Not too far outside of Cheddar Gorge, we had to get our very first service area experience. And man, your service areas are so much more fancy than what we would call a rest area in the US. It had a mini casino inside of it, which is just absolutely mind-boggling. Like, how cool is that? And this seems like the perfect opportunity to talk about the difference between our bathroom stalls. There's literally no gaps, 100% private. These are just a few of the videos that we took throughout the course of our travels that week. And I cannot tell you how relaxing it is to be able to, maybe TMI, but sit on a toilet and not have to worry about if someone is peeking through the little cracks at you while you're using it.
And I like that he showed the doors in this video because so many people talk about that difference between Europe and the USA, but like nobody ever includes pictures or examples or videos of the doors. I agree, this is how bathroom stall doors should be, right? Nobody should be even able to. Not saying that they want to, but should even be able to peek through at you. You should feel complete privacy.
And utter privacy, absolutely A++ England and the UK. Also, we found hot and cold tap. Mind-blowing to see in person. I know it sounds crazy, but also it doesn't matter how many times you guys tell us this is a two-way street where traffic is supposed to flow in both directions. This does not make sense to us as Americans. This is one lane. This is a one-way road. And there is no way that these cars should be coming at us directly. We started out Cheddar Gorge going into Gough Cave.
Well, you forgot that we had hot cross buns, orange hot cross buns in the transport on the way there. Brought to you by our great British host.
Yes, toasted with butter.
Real butter.
Real butter. The inside of the caves. Fun fact, this will be the first cave I've ever been into. I've always wanted to go into a cave, but just never made it. I've been in the mountains of North Carolina.
I've been into a few caves.
So yeah, and then we're gonna do Jacob's Ladder, I believe, which they call me, my nickname in high school was Hike Boy. So
take a hike, boy.
All right, let's go. It didn't take long after setting foot in Cheddar Gorge to realize that day 2's travels were going to offer a very different atmosphere to day 1. Cheddar Gorge, as someone said in the comment, gorge must be short for gorgeous, because this place has mountains on either side, and it really just makes you feel very small, but in the absolute coolest way possible. And all of us were just extremely excited to dig into our very first cave experience, Gough's Cave. So without further ado, let's do.
Many unbearable hours later.
Waiting on Mark to finish pooping.
It's been 45 minutes since our last video that we recorded where we said we were going into Cheddar Gorge. We do apologize to the Cheddar Gorge gift shop for what is occurring in there, which I would not want to go to the restroom after whatever action is currently happening. So
I also apologize to each one of you after this because there will be a text on tours. Oh, you made it? Oh, he's buying something. Get out of the way.
After that.
now, as cool as Cheddar Gorge was up top, it's even more astounding down below in Gough's Cave. So apparently Gough's Cave was discovered back in 1890 by a guy named Richard Gough. Gough's Cave is home to Cheddar Man, which is the oldest nearly complete skeleton ever found in Britain, coming in at over 9,000 years old.
Oh
which is
my
absolutely insane. So shout out to you, Cheddar Man. This cave is filled with endless, massive chambers. You've got rock formations hanging from the ceiling, little streams running all through each and every crevice of the cave. And the cave itself is 377 feet deep and runs just over 2 miles long. Again, this is one of those really cool experiences that we got in England, because when we were planning out the trip originally, when we thought England, we didn't think caves.
I feel
But
that.
how amazing this was to stand.
I have never caves in England. Definitely don't seem like two words that are synonymous with each other, but I guess it works. It's so cool watching them travel around England and get to kind of see the sights. And then they got this one brought up by their host. Hey, before they left, hey, y'all wanna go see the Cheddar Gorge? And so they're walking through Gough Cave, and I've been in one cave in my life, and it was a cool experience. It was something different. And so them was seeing them go through this cave. So this cave looks a little bit cooler than the one I've been through.
At the bottom of this and just stare up at the vast natural creation all throughout this cave structure. It was amazing.
It stays at 11 degrees Celsius the entire time. How crazy is
That is
Moisture
insane.
levels in there.
that? They grow cheese in there.
I
That's
was-
insane.
Speaking of cheese,
We're gonna organize something down here.
Get around.
Da-da-da. I gotta.
Oh my goodness.
That's insane.
so when they discovered this cave in 1890, there were obviously parts on here, so they crawled through here. So if you look through that, yeah, crawled through there.
Gee, that's such a tight squeeze. It's such a tight squeeze.
Oh my goodness.
It's a quarter of a mile underground with water. It took 8 years for them to reach this chamber.
So if you're ever in the Somerset area, Cheddar Gorge, you have to go and check out Gough's Cave. This is one of those things that video footage, photos really don't do it any justice. To just be able to stand and in awe of everything that is surrounding you, it just doesn't make any sense that you're that far underground. And it's just a really humbling experience. So go check out Gough's Cave. You will not be disappointed. And then it was time to finally go back above ground. And of course, we had to hit up a couple of sweet shops, as
Only
we
makes sense.
always do.
Only makes
And then
sense.
we were en route, slowly but surely, to our lunch destination, window shopping every stop along the way. when we spotted something in the window that we'd seen pop up in the comments just a few hours earlier, and that would be Scrumpy. Did we get any Scrumpy to try?
Of course you did.
Well, no, because
You gotta get the Scrumpy. I don't even know what Scrumpy is. Literally no idea what Scrumpy is. But for the vlog, when I see Cheddar Scrumpy, no idea what would even be in that. It's alcohol. I assume alcohol since it's by other alcohols. Get the Scrumpy.
we wanted to remember our day, our trip, and our names. So onward to our lunch place, as at this point, hiking the cave, we were all quite ready. So after Gough Cave, we went over and ate some Cornish pasties, and that was a first time experience. Thank you. I didn't say pasty this time.
Shout out to Waterfall Pastries and Ice Cream.
It was pretty good pasty. Definitely hot. Took a while to cool down, and then Josh had to put like a ton of salt on it, I think.
Offended all of the Brits.
So gonna be completely honest here, while these were good, they didn't quite live up to the expectation that we'd been led to believe they would. And it could have just been the specific place.
Just looking at them like, maybe it's just not my vibe. Maybe it's not my type of food. But me personally, I'm looking at it like this wouldn't be something like I go and pick out ever, like as my number one choice. But if somebody was like, "Hey, you want to go get this with me?" and they bought me one, I'd eat it. It's more of those things.
Again, they were good. Dare I say, even great. But they were not life-changing. And I'm wondering if it just boils down to these not being true Cornish pasties. So many of y'all had said that a Cornish pasty is not a Cornish pasty unless it comes from Cornwall. It sounds like that's definitely going to be a part of our northern trip to England at some point, trying a true Cornwall Cornish pasty.
There you
But
go.
until then, this one got 3 lovelies and a lush.
You're negating the part where we climbed Jacob's ladder 280 steps to the top of the gorge. Here we are at the bottom of some steps. We're not sure what to do.
We've never used our legs before. Excuse us. Speaking of that clip there, as you kind of watch us start to ascend Jacob's ladder here, the amount of kind people that we encountered on this trip was honestly a little surprising, and not because we didn't initially think that people were kind, but just because of the comment section, saying the North was a lot more welcoming and a lot more outgoing and friendly. But really, during our southern travels of England, we only ever encountered kind people. Almost everyone that we came into contact with was just so friendly, and honestly, it was pretty incredible to experience that. But yeah, this was the first real indication that this trip in England was going to be a little more walking than we thought. You guys warned us that there would be a lot of walking. But man, we did not know what we were getting ourselves into, and thankfully we all had good walking shoes prepared for this trip.
Yeah, that is a decent amount of walking, and I don't know how long it's been since they walked that many steps, but guys, I was getting tired just watching. I'm not even walking the steps, and I'm getting tired just watching. But they seem like cool dudes. Like, they're not gonna complain. Like, they just gonna make the best of it. They're gonna just have the best time. They're gonna joke around. I rock with this, and I really like that he traveled with the good friends on this one, with the brothers, with the boys. It just makes for kind of seeing like how much fun they have and how connected they are is pretty cool throughout the trip.
All right. There's no rush, so.
There's no rush.
Oh, Mark said he's not ready.
We'll come back.
All right. Are we on? Ooh. All right, we're leaving the doofuses. Mark is dying down there.
Mark is
I had a
down.
better pace going until I got interrupted. Have you ever been to Jacob's Ladder here at Cheddar Gorge?
I
Good
have.
workout. My legs are definitely burning.
And here you can see Mark being an absolute trooper.
Yeah,
He's using both
Mark.
handrails, but this man made it all the way up Jacob's
That's
ladder.
what I'm
Take
talking
a
about,
moment
Mark.
and comment, "Go Mark."
I'm gonna give you a round of applause. I'm gonna pause and give you a round of applause, Mark, because that's what I'm talking about. That never say die attitude.
And then the top of Jacob's Ladder, where we found the lookout tower, which gave you an overall view of Somerset. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just over and over, time and time again, the sights that we saw. And we're only on day 2 of this trip. It's breathtaking, honestly.
my
You all are incredibly fortunate to have the sights and the views that you do, and we are just honored that we were able to take part in this trip.
Poor Mark. Poor Mark. To be fair, the British people did warn you to get your steps in. They did. And you just ignored that.
He ain't listening.
So,
Mark sounded like he was making an old school 80s hip hop beat.
what kind of hip hop?
Hip hop beat this time. This is what I mean when it's like when I was like when Gladiator with the boys as they sit there and just clown around, clown each other like that makes for such fun.
You
You never heard Fat Boys?
Anyways,
From Jacob's Ladder, we popped into a couple of shops as we headed down mountain in Cheddar Gorge. And of course, we had to stop in this amazing cheese shop. Now, since we weren't in England but for like 8 days, we would have loved to have tried all of these cheeses, but we would have wasted a lot of that cheese. Honestly, window shopping while we were in England was so dangerous because we wanted to buy everything that we saw, and we just knew that we couldn't. I have literally never seen a sign so polite. Not no parking, but polite notice, no parking. All right, up next, we're going to an ice cream shop that has 100 different flavors of ice cream. We're gonna try all of them.
No way. I was gonna say no way. Ooh, that looks good. What's that? Oh, I like it.
And just like
I
that,
like
it
it.
was time to leave Cheddar Gorge and make our way to our next destination, where we would meet up with a longtime friend of ours, someone that we met on YouTube very early in our journey. And while we've met in person before when he visited the States, we've not yet met in his homeland, which we were extremely excited about. So come along with us as we go to meet the H family, Mr. and Mrs. H, as well as baby H from Mr. H and Friends YouTube channel. The H family really honestly are the only reason that we are where we are today because as you can see here, they were responsible for our very first British taste test. And
Oh,
out of this one episode, all of the rest were born. So thank you so very much for your friendship and thank you for all that you've done for our channel as well. We love you guys.
that's so cool. Just the connections and everything that comes from like starting YouTube. I've also like I don't think I met. Well, I mean, really, without YouTube, I wouldn't have found my life. So when I put it like that, it's like, yeah, YouTube really changed my life for real. And I met absolutely amazing people through YouTube as well. It's pretty amazing. So much respect to H for give my boy ideas for the channel and to kind of setting their channel off in the right path with that taste test.
How's it going, man? Good to see you. How are you enjoying England?
So far,
Amazing.
Yeah?
So far, so good.
And in true British fashion, the very first thing that we did, head to the local pub.
He's definitely taking a really good read.
Yeah, I was surprised by like the lack of rain.
Yeah. You could dispel the myth that it always rains here.
Yeah, everyone was already telling us, like, why on earth did you book the first week in May? That's when it's going to be raining the most. And then heat wave.
They just didn't want us to come.
With the most handsome man in his village.
Yeah. Yes. The best hair.
Meets the most handsome man from Blanks, Mark. With the best hair.
At the local pub, we tried various new ciders for the first time, including Rattler, Thatcher's Gold, Thatcher's Dry, an ale called Alpaca Lips, which is right up my alley. And while we did choose to keep a lot of this time spent off camera, it was an amazing time. It was so great to catch up with the H's. But the experiences didn't stop with the ciders. And then we had some of the best pork scratchings that we've ever had. JT's pork scratching. Oh my days, salt content.
Across the board.
Incredible. And then a very first experience that I didn't envision myself ever enjoying, a cheese and onion bap.
Very good bread.
Not something that I would ever put together and can't imagine because I'm not a big onion fan.
Hey,
I mean, you were talking about.
that's what I was. Just can't do onions. Cannot do onions. No way. No sir. No how. No, no, no.
This last night.
Just lingers.
Yeah.
That definitely don't need salt.
Salad cream. Have we tried that? I don't think we've tried salad cream.
Two thumbs up.
What, roll, whatever.
The tiger.
No, the tiger was tiger bread left.
All right, I gotta make sure I get some onion in here.
I'm down with it. You want to the boys' room?
Yes.
You want me to come with you?
So, and obviously, it's a trough.
You've already known.
Oh, so it's like you're feeding into
It's a trough.
both guys at the same time.
There's no
Divider.
That was astonishing. You know, we went to a bathroom yesterday. They had those journals just.
yeah.
Every single one of us were instantly shocked and surprised by how well these three very simple items complemented each other. I mean, again, just the idea of a hunk of cheese, a sliced onion between two pieces of bread, it seems so foreign to us, and yet it's so good. I, for one, normally stay very far away from raw onion just because I don't like dealing with the aftermath. However, this sandwich right here may have changed my mind.
Really?
When it was all said and done, I'm not sure if we had.
Really? Maybe I have a deeper level hatred of onions than he does, because I don't like them cooked, I don't like them grilled, I don't like them raw. I don't like. I guess I've eaten onion rings. I do like those, but only when they're the smallest slivers of onions, like smallest rings.
Had more laughs or drinks, but we did start to run out of time as we realized we were in a bit of a crunch to make sure we made it to Bath before they closed the Roman baths. So unfortunately, it was time to say our goodbyes. However, there's never a dull moment with the H family, and we simply cannot thank them enough for welcoming us, opening up their home to us, and just allowing us some time to unplug, chill, and have a great time. Once again, we love you guys. We literally made it just in the nick of time, down to 5 minutes before they were stopping admission to the Roman baths. So we got lucky, and into the Roman baths we went.
Josh did not jump in.
Yeah.
Pretty disappointed about
Yeah, water's too green. A little too many signs that say don't do it. So
The storm water was
I did try some of that algae that's growing in the bottom.
Yeah, these guys tried the spa water. I'm not. I listened to the comments. I'm not drinking the spa water. So I'm good on that front.
Yeah, it's still mind-blowing, the history.
Pretty cool, the architecture of how the spa, what the baths were built on, and how it operates. Crazy to think with everything around it now that it was the tallest building around there at that time. Not anymore, but still super cool.
And I can't remember if I was filming at the time when, I don't think I was, but Josh, slightly intoxicated, asked if the Roman baths were picked up from Rome and moved to location here.
You were not filming.
And that was a joke.
It was the craziest feeling.
That was a joke. Was it, Josh? Was it? I don't know. I don't know if I believe it was a joke.
Walking around in the Roman baths, it was literally as if you were transported through time. To us as Americans, this kind of history doesn't really translate well, because our country is so young.
Yeah.
Stuff like this kind of feels otherworldly. I mean, just imagine being here 2,000 years ago, just bathing in the middle of this incredible structure. Dare I say, this was one of the coolest experiences of our entire trip. And while there are several others that would give it a run for its money and parallel the excitement and the awe, even now looking at these artifacts, I don't think it quite clicks just how old they are and how well preserved they've been over all these years. And the fact that Mark even existed back then. This was one of those things that we absolutely could not have missed, and I'm so glad that we had the knowledge of our tour guides throughout the course of the week to steer us in the right direction.
Shame on Zach for glazing over the most important part of our trip. Our first fan interaction. First fan. Perchetti.
Longtime viewer of Blanks and friend of the channel, Perchetti, took a train over to Bath to meet us for the very first time. Perchetti joined us for the entirety of our Roman baths experience, and honestly, it was a ton of fun. It was really great to meet Perchetti in person for the first time. She's just always been such a positive and encouraging part of our comment section, and just an all-around awesome person. Perchetti, we can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to come and visit little old us.
That literally is so freaking awesome. I'm still waiting for that fan interaction at some point in my life. And I know this is the UK channel, so maybe I go over to the UK and maybe someone, hey, it's Neil. Hey, let's take a picture. That would just absolutely make my day. So when I come to the UK, I don't know when I'm going to come, but when I do, I need somebody to pull me aside and say, hey, I watch your channel. It'd make my day.
Once we finished up in the Roman baths, it was time to make our way through the city of Bath in search of dinner. And obviously we got a little distracted en route by all the beautiful architecture and just the uniqueness that this city held. And we stopped into a couple of places. Obviously this was the Friday evening on bank holiday weekend, so everywhere was packed out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Times a place. We did end up deciding that we would try Nando's for the first time since it was on our list of things to do. But first, we found the bridge. Whoa!
Bridge.
Look at those houses on that bridge.
Can you imagine the insurance costs on those houses?
So first Nando's experience. So thoughts on Nando's? What everybody get, and what were your thoughts?
I had the chicken.
I had a whole chicken.
I had the half chicken.
I did like our tour guide.
Mac and cheese and mash. It was pretty good.
I had chicken wings, spicy rice, and corn on the cob.
It's got
Extra
hot
sauce.
With the extra hot sauce bottle and dumped it on top of it.
That was a little much.
Tell me you're American without telling me.
He's a monster. I had the fourth chicken with Fanta orange sauce, which was actually really, really good. And then I had the peri peri chips and
Not
Macho
the
peas. Probably the most disappointing thing that I've eaten
Mm.
in England so far. Macho peas were just not,
They weren't getting it.
they didn't do it for me.
They weren't very. Oh yeah.
Not even the seagull would eat macho peas.
Yeah, he was pretty offended by that.
Did you ever get a picture of the seagull?
I did not, unfortunately.
Also, Zach asked Discord if countries eat seagulls.
And now is the time when I plug the Discord so you too can be involved in conversations just like this.
Shake your head in disappointment.
Yep. So then we closed our day by a spontaneous trip to, was it Heavenly Desserts? Walked through the door and we were like, this place might be a little too posh. But actually the pricing there was pretty good. The desserts were off the charts. Does everybody remember what they got?
Yes, I got a Basque cheesecake of sorts.
The rose and raspberry cheesecake.
I love a good cheesecake.
Boogaloo and white chocolate cheesecake.
And then I had sticky toffee pudding, which was one of my favorite things that I've had thus far. Very, very good.
Just can't wait to see how it compares to Hawksmoor sticky toffee pudding.
And then our friend and tour guide got a gigantic banana and toffee milkshake. And then we got a free one because they brought another one to the table and the order had been put through twice. So overall, really, really great experience.
Only on day 2. I feel like I've been here for 3 weeks. Great, in a good way.
While we won't be here for 3 weeks, we do have a lot more content to share with you over the course of our trip, as this is only day 2 out of 7 more days. So be sure to come back to the channel next Tuesday to see our very first experience with a home-cooked full English breakfast right here in England, as well as meeting up with yet another friend of ours from the channel, David Newland. And brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, as we will be showing footage from our trip to London. And all it leaves us to say is this has been Blanks No One Asked For, and certainly no one asked for this. But wait, there's more. Still got that itch for more Blanks No One Asked For? Click that box.
That was a great video. Like I said, absolutely love these guys' channel. Absolutely dope and entertaining. That's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.